Hi, hello. I'm just really excited for what this is going to be, for what I envision this to be. Welcome to Creating a Village. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're returning, I'm your host, Milli, here to nurture the village within you and help us all thrive on this beautiful journey we call life. So, let's set the scene, shall we? For today's episode, this is going to be a three-parter. It's going to be talking about the phrase, it takes a village. In the next two episodes, I'm going to be having a conversation with adults, young adults around my age, let's say like 20, 25, ranging between there. And then the next episode after that, we'll be having a conversation with older adults. I just found out that Mr. Vance is he's also a millennial. In my head, he wasn't. That's why I paired him in that group. But after I did the interview, you'll see, he says Jada, we're in the same age group. I was like, yo, you're right. But that would be older people, older, like 30s, 40s ages. I don't ask them their ages. But we'll all be talking about the phrase, it takes a village, and the importance of having a community, of striving to build community and participate in community as well. But this episode is going to be my take on the phrase, it takes a village. I want to set the tone for you for this podcast. This podcast will be solo episodes with just me, but it will also encompass interviews, like I stated earlier, of random people that I don't know and people that I do know. And people just like you. You can go on our Instagram to find out how you can be a guest on the podcast at CAV_village, VILLAGE on Instagram. All right. So, I believe the first impactful time that I heard the phrase, it takes a village, was probably from my mom. Probably. I've heard it a couple of times, within movies, other social situations. But I definitely remember hearing it from my mom, talking about the importance and of just understanding that people around you, when they give you advice, when they provide you with criticisms, feedback, you should listen because they've been on that road before sometimes. And even though things, of course, adjust as time goes on, they know a little something, something. And it's important to understand that when my mom isn't present, when my dad isn't present, my aunts, uncles, there are other people still looking out for me. And especially with the phrase, it takes a village, those people that are looking out for you, you don't even know they're looking out for you. They could just give you a little push in the right direction. And then the next thing you know, you have a great opportunity on your hands because they see potential in you. I feel like that's the real thing with a village. Everyone wants to nurture the potential that they see inside of you. They don't want it to go to waste. They want you to be able to put your very best forward every time. That's a real village. That's why villages are very important for individuals to grow. You need that community. And one of the reasons I started this podcast was because I was noticing not everyone has access to that community. Not everyone has someone that they can call, text, talk to face to ask them about a situation they want to make, about an opportunity they're thinking about taking, or just even guidance on their life in general. I know for a long time, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And even though I had a village that was trying to guide me in different directions, I still couldn't find it for myself. But having that village and having them say, oh, maybe you can do this volunteer coordinator job. Maybe you could do real estate. Maybe you can do this. And giving me the opportunities to practice in it, to get hands-on experience, taught me that I didn't want to do that. Or more so, that the way they're currently doing it is not how I see myself doing it. And that's really important. Being able to have the opportunity to, the exposure to say, no, that's not exactly what I want, but I could see myself implementing some of this stuff in my future when I figure out exactly what it is that I want to do. I was going somewhere and then I got sidetracked by that message. The importance of a village is where I started. You'll get used to this. I get sidetracked on tangents very often, and they're not really tangents because it's related to what I'm saying, but my mind goes somewhere else. And then I lose my train of thought. What was it that I was saying? I don't know. I'm sorry. It takes a village is important because it helps you. Oh, I remember. Okay. That's why I wanted to create this podcast, to be able to create a virtual village that eventually hopefully becomes physical in different parts of the country. I'm in the United States currently, but even different parts of the world. I want to be able to create community centers, meetups even, for people to be able to come together and help each other out. Because it's really important to learn things, to have exposure to things. You never know what you don't know. A lot of people, a lot of kids know about few things that they see on TV. Sports, doctors, lawyers, actors, actresses. And even sometimes with actors and actresses, they don't even realize that's an occupation. They're just like, oh, you're Batman, that is so cool. And they think that's your real job. But no, you're an actor. But I want to help expose people to the different things that they don't know about. I want to help expose the phases of life that we missed out on. And I'm speaking for millennials and Gen Zers because y'all came after us. I don't know how to sew. I don't particularly want to know how to sew, but I know that I need to know how to sew on a button. I know that I need to know when to change my oil, how to check for a flat tire. That's going to be an episode. Because y'all, I almost missed a concert because I thought I had a flat tire. And I indeed did not. Something was stuck in a hole that, I don't know. I have to do more research on that. But that's going to be an episode. The difference between cast iron skillets and nonstick pans. All of that. So important. And we just missed out on it. Because we didn't have home ec classes. Home economic classes in the United States were around in the 90s, 80s. I don't really know. And in high school, they would teach you about taking care of children, how to cook basic food, how to do woodworking, wood shop, building things with your hands, and other things that I only know about from movies Financial literacy. So many things that we don't know about that are just very basic life skills that we can learn from our village if we just have the questions and the need and the want to learn. So that's what So that's what creating a village is about. Creating a community where we can all learn about life's practicalities and be able to implement them into our lives. So, thank you for joining me for this first episode. I hope you tune in for the next ones with the different age groups talking about It Takes a Village. And I hope you stick around for the rest of the episodes. This podcast will be around indefinitely for the rest of your lives, for the rest of my life. Oh, that's so great. That sounds so awesome, doesn't it? So thank you. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at CAV_village, VILLAGE. And make sure to go there so you can leave your own questions that you might want answered on the podcast, or also submit your own scenarios or experiences that you've learned from to be a guest on the podcast. You can submit them as just letters if you don't want to be a guest, you don't want to have your face or voice on the pod, but you still want to share something that was really impactful for you. Remember, in this vast village we call life, we're all connected. Until we meet again, keep embracing the power of community, sharing your stories, and uplifting one another. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep creating a village wherever you go. Thank you. Bye. Hope you have a great day or night or whatever time of day it is. Peace.